Guys, I just realized that I've made a lot of videos reviewing specific water flossers, but I've never actually discussed my professional opinion about a water flosser, so let's go. So ultimately, water flossers are great in certain cases. For example, if you're currently undergoing braces or orthodontic treatment, if you have some localized deeper pockets between some of your teeth, or bigger spaces between some of your teeth, underneath fixed appliances. Even then, I would recommend to do water flossing in addition to regular flossing. Here's why. In my years of clinical experience with patients who use water flossers exclusively, it may seem clean on the surface, but over the months and years with their regular checkup visits, I start to notice pockets getting deeper, tiny little bit of bone loss starting to develop, basically silent gum disease.
No! God, please, no! No!
Now, why is this happening, you might ask? Well, there are studies that discuss water flossers, which I will get to in a little bit, but my personal theory is water flossers don't quite remove the film of plaque that's stuck to the very surface of the teeth. It might be great to remove big food particles or debris, but that actual biolayer film that's on the teeth, it doesn't really disrupt it because that film is very resilient. I like to compare it to like a toilet bowl, if you will. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but sometimes the toilet bowl gets this like rim of pink or orange around the water. If you were to touch it, it's a little bit slimy. And the thing is, no matter how many times you flush the toilet, that ring is not going to disappear. You have to actually get in there and scrub it off with a little toilet brush or whatever. Same thing with like washing the dishes, for example. You can rinse them off with water, but especially the dishes that have like stuff really stuck onto there, even putting them through the dishwasher isn't gonna get it all off, right? You have to actually use like a scrubby brush to remove that stuff that's really caked on there. So similar situation with our teeth. It's not enough to just spray water at your teeth or in between your teeth. You have to physically wipe off the gunk. I mean, if water flossing was truly as effective, why wouldn't we just swish with water or rinse with mouthwash and not brush our teeth, right? The surfaces in between our teeth are no different than the surfaces that our toothbrush reaches. So why bother brushing? Why not just rinse? Hopefully you guys get my analogies there. Now, you guys might be saying like, well, don't studies show that water flossers are more effective or as effective? Let me explain to you guys. Let me actually show you these studies. Okay, check this out. Water flosser better than floss studies. Here we go. Comparing the effectiveness of water flosser. So first of all, check out this study. How many people are going to be reading all of this, right? Not very many. But I did for you guys. Check out the results. Right here, I highlighted it for you, results. The majority of the studies favored water flossers over dental floss in plaque reduction. This is a review of several different studies. So that was the conclusion of all of these studies, kind of piled up into one. The majority of studies favored water flossers. Water flosser was also found to be effective in removing plaque from inaccessible interproximal areas, basically areas between the tooth surfaces as compared to dental floss. So the conclusion, based on the scope of this review, results suggest that water flossers can be used as an effective alternative to dental floss in patients with manual dexterity, patients undergoing orthodontic treatment, and patients with dental prostheses. So real quick, just notice how it didn't say water flossers are a great alternative, period. They added exactly what I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, that it's great in certain instances like dexterity issues, orthodontic treatment, or fixed appliances or dental prostheses. You might not be convinced just with these two little bits of information here. Let me scroll down. Let me show you guys a little bit more detailed information about these studies. Under intervention and regimen, check this out. Only verbal instructions regarding how to brush and floss teeth were given in 6 studies, whereas both written and verbal instructions were given in 1 study. Whether any supervision was done or not while brushing or flossing was not mentioned in any of the studies. So based on this whole scope of a bunch of different studies, nobody actually taught participants how to brush or how to floss properly. And guess what? If you don't know how to floss, guess which flossing method is going to be easier? Water flossing. So that is my point exactly with all of these studies. You have to be very careful with, even the conclusion. You really have to dive in and see how these studies were performed, how they were monitored, whether or not the patients actually know what they're doing. So you just really have to pay attention to what the studies actually say, how they were performed, all of that stuff before you even get on board with whatever the conclusion states. Now, let me show you guys another study here. Comparison between water flosser and regular floss. Again, the conclusion. The results showed that water flosser was as efficient as regular floss in removing interdental plaque on a single use. Water flosser could be recommended, could, not is recommended, but could be recommended for subjects lacking manual dexterity, by caretakers for better plaque control, and subjects with fixed prostheses or undergoing orthodontic treatment. Again, same conclusion. It is not saying that water flosser beats flossing, period. It's saying it's better in certain instances or could be recommended in certain instances. So ultimately, in this particular study, the examiners knew what they were doing. The problem, again, with this study is that the whole thing was done only once per patient. So you floss their teeth once and you water floss their teeth once, or like half their mouth or whatever. But a single instance was used to come to this conclusion. Again, based on my experience seeing patients every 6 months or every 3 months or year after year, I'm seeing the ones who are using water floss exclusively, things are just slowly kind of starting to deteriorate. So bottom line, even the studies that you guys think are saying like water flosser is better, they're actually saying that they're better in certain instances and not actually ultimately better than flossing itself, which is exactly what I said in the beginning of this video. In all seriousness, if you guys are truly interested in embarking on a journey to perfecting your oral health, I have some demos that I did on my own teeth of how to brush, how to floss, all the things. Make sure to check it out on my channel. If you want even more personalized help, I actually have my schedule open for some one-on-one coaching calls. So if you want to discuss your oral health and maybe set up a game plan, you can book a quick 15-minute call with me. That'll be linked in the description below. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.